Hello,
Oh
I'm here and I'm making a sentence. The
my god.
sentence is audible, to me at least.
Perfect. All right, hey everyone. It's Ruth from Nerd Culture. I was supposed to stream literally admin like every Monday, right? And I haven't. And you guys can do the work and go back and see when the last time I streamed was. Basically, it's been a minute. Um, so anyway, I'm doing today to make up for that, and then Edmund's joining me. We're just trying to have a chill time, do an
What's
hour or
good,
something.
guys?
Yeah. Oh,
Do
Edmund,
I have a title at this point? Can I have a title or
make
something?
yourself a title. Are you like
No, no, I'm just saying for nerd culture because, like, I feel like I'm on here a lot relative to other guests.
well, if I'm bringing someone, it's usually you.
I'm just saying, like, can I be like the official, unofficial guest character?
Yeah, like you make cameos. Okay, so
I
what's
make,
your
yeah,
what's your
that's the title. Yeah,
okay.
official, unofficial guest cameo character. I don't know. I'm just throwing around ideas. I. This is just a nice little platform, and I just feel like I am not a regular host here, but I deserve something, right? You guys get me out of the freezer every day,
Yep.
all right? And then you bring me on when you need me. Like you go to the basement, get me, get me from storage, and then dust me off and put me in front of the camera. I'd like a little something.
Yeah, exactly. No, you have a title, and then I'll make you a business card as an unofficial official cameo guest.
Thank you. That's all I ask, so that I can introduce myself to the other basement people correctly.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know, because honestly, I feel like not to start tea, but like the other members of Nerd Culture have basement people, but it's not usually the same returning person. They have like a library of like friends that they can make come to things. But really, I just
Mhm.
usually make you come to come to things.
Hey, I'm not complaining. It's nice to get some sunlight every now and then. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
nice to be unfrozen from my carbonite.
Yeah, but basically, guys, we're just gonna do something for an hour. So, usually me and Edmund, that just means talking. So I put just chatting up. But if you guys have suggestions for what we could do, you could drop them in the chat. Also, Edmund and I like making tier lists, which is a fun hobby of ours. So we might do that. Um, unless Edmund, do you have anything you want to say? Like, how was your day?
My day was the same as always. It's always fucking boring.
Wait, what
But
book did you read though?
oh, I was I read no, well, I bought a new book from online. It's like the collected stories of I have it right here. The collected stories of fucking George Luis Borges. Uh, he was like I think a South American, author, and he
Mhm.
has like a lot of like short stories and fictions and stuff like that, and he's a really good author or whatever. And so I was looking through, a couple of those stories today, and then the actual book I'm reading, uh, Blood Meridian. I made some more progress on that, so that was cool.
Oh,
I can
nice,
see I can see Jackalope Fish saying play a shooting game in
bro.
this chat right now, bro,
No.
bro,
Okay, okay, anything else?
bro,
Seriously.
bro.
Evan, you're good at first person shooters. I don't even know what you're
No,
saying.
no, no. What are you talking about? No, I'm not. I
Okay.
mean, comparatively to the people in this call, not naming any names or pointing
Hey,
any fingers.
hey!
All right,
Isn't
I'm
there?
probably a god, but but
Yeah.
but I'm not good at shooting games. Shooting games are a type of game I don't fucking like. In fact, I kind of want to say that a little bit.
Okay.
Or
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't. Do these people like actually know me?
It doesn't matter.
Like they know that I come on, but they have no idea any of the shit I like.
All right, fine. Give us
Because
the
I've been
synopsis.
on my nerd culture, like not like
What's
I'm.
Sorry, I'm
What's what?
typing. I'm trying to think because there's this little thing you can do.
Testing video game
Yeah, it's
skills.
like wasn't
Oh,
it?
the benchmarks, the
Yes,
benchmarks.
the benchmark test. Do you know what
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah. Type in the benchmarks, and the website should come up. But
What is it?
I was just gonna say like I'm I am a huge nerd. Like I do a lot of like nerd stuff like on my own with and without this channel. So I don't know if any of these guys actually know any of the shit that I like. So
Also, Edmund, I don't know if you know this, but like this was popular a few years ago, but the New York Times made this thing where it was like Oh, these are the 36 questions that you could ask to like, and if you have this conversation with somebody and get through all 36 questions, like it's weird. It's like you're guaranteed to fall in love with them. So if you
That
could,
is the
if you,
stupidest shit I've ever heard in
but
my
we could
life.
test it, Edmund. Do you want to see if it works?
I want to see if it works, and when it's fucking wrong, I'm gonna fucking laugh
And
at
we
it.
hate each other?
That
Yeah.
is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. 36 questions and you fall in love in this person. No wonder their divorce rate is rising. People buying into this shit, and
Or okay, but I think also because I was listening to a podcast talk about it, and I think they were also saying, but like with these questions, it also might show you like, oh yikes, like no, never mind at all, we're not doing that. You know, like so maybe it's more of a like a way to check if you're compatible with that person. So like, oh, let's not even try this because you said your answer to this was that.
I guess, but it sounds like this article is mashing on words right now. Like this author needed to come up with some stuff to make a
Daniel
deadline.
Jones. Yeah, you think
Daniel Jones,
this
yeah,
is a
Daniel
spoiler?
Jones over here. It sounds like he needed to come up with an article right quick for what? When was this made? January 9th? Okay, not Valentine's Day, but he needed to come up with an article, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna pull out this pop science. Exactly, the green flags, Jackalope. It's pointing out all the green flags.
What? The green flags. Oh my god, I love Fireboy and Water Girl. We can't play that unfortunately because
That
Edmund would
is
have to be
not
here.
the. That is not the name. Wait, Fireboy and Water Girl? What?
Edmund, you don't even know what you're talking about right now.
What is Fireboy and Water Girl?
Are you watching the stream? Fire?
I'm looking at the 36. Oh, okay. There's a lag, so now
Oh.
I can see you type in Fireboy and Water Girl. What is this?
So this was like literally my favorite game as a child because me and Emily would have to share computer time. So instead of us both getting like an hour, no, half an hour on the computer each, we would rather share the full hour of computer time. So we'd only play 2-player games, and this was the best one. So Emily was Fireboy and I was Water Girl, and you have to work together to solve these puzzles. But the thing is, Edmund, is that you would have to be sitting next to me, and we'd have to do like WASD and arrow keys. So come
Oh, so
over so we
just
can play
like
them.
BM Tron, except without the competition, and it doesn't decide your ranking in third grade.
Yes, exactly. Because
Yeah.
this is like or cooperative. But yeah.
Okay. No,
No,
I
it
got
was
you.
so
I got
fun.
you. It looks one of those cool man. Technology has come so far. This used to be all you could do on a
Yeah.
goddamn computer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, it was insane.
Now you can do this. You can take the benchmark test. You can look up articles for the 36 questions that make you fall in love, apparently.
Yeah, now there's
All
so much
while,
to do.
all while you're doing a live Twitch stream.
All right, Edmund. So there are tiers to this. So like basically the idea is that number 1 is very light and easy to start with, but number 36 is like basically like what do you think happens after you die or something like really
I want to
crazy.
I want to see the questions, yo. I want to see the questions. So
Well,
I kind of want to do this New York Times article thing.
no, okay, yeah, let's do it. But do you think we should breeze because we already know each other? So do you want to just breeze past the first set and go into set 2?
No. Let's do it right. Let's do it right. I want to start off from the beginning. I want to see what this guy was trying to do here.
All right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
give him an actual chance. And if I think that he is full of shit right now, I'm gonna call him on it.
All
I'm
right.
coming for you, Daniel Jones, 2015.
All I'm saying is that based on this article, if we get through all 36 questions, Edmund, legally we could sue them if we don't fall in love, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that
Perfect.
was my entire game plan. See, we're already on the same wavelength. You know, we should
Yeah.
ace this. We're gonna win this test. But
Okay, but you have to answer honestly, okay?
got you.
All right. So first question is given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? I've thought about this a lot before. Have you?
I've never thought about this once. Everybody, I know it's a question people ask. I don't fucking think about shit like this. Boom. First question done.
What? But you have to choose someone.
Hey, that's my answer. I answered truthfully. Like I've heard this question before, and like I've always thought it was so dumb. Like, or I get it. I get the point of it, but like, there is no one on the planet that I actually want to like
Have dinner
have
with?
dinner. Yeah, number one, I'm an introvert, so
Okay.
I'm nervous. I don't want to
Well,
meet a random person in general.
the thing is, though,
Number
Edmund. Oh, finish your number 2. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Number two, like, I mean, there are people that I would want to like discuss stuff with, but I wouldn't. Not a dinner thing, not a dinner guest thing. Like that. That to me seems, man, man. I know that's how they used to do it, but I mean, like the internet and stuff got us rotted. My social skills are not like that. I do not know how to orient myself at a dinner party.
I mean,
So
I think it's more like you could have dinner with them. Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess
I
it's a.
still wouldn't. Like I'm self conscious about how I eat. Like I'm there's this philosophical essay. I don't. Is it by Montagny? I think so. Yeah. And he talks about how there's like there's this anecdote, and I might have been a real person. I don't know. I don't remember it. But there's a queen. I think it's a French queen, and she would cover her mouth when she was eating because she was so sort of like disgusted by her own mastication, like chewing and stuff like that, and she didn't want anyone to see it. And it's basically an essay saying like, that's you shouldn't be like sort of like ashamed like natural stuff like that, but or without sparing you all of the nuances of the sort of like essay. But like I remember like reading that and relating to that. Like I get self-conscious when I like have to like show somebody I'm eating, when I'm eating in front of someone, like sleeping in front of someone or whatever. Like I hate like being in like that position where somebody can sort of like scrutinize like my behavior like that.
Okay, so you just feel like judged, I guess. So in your dream, you would want to not have to bring any dinner guest.
Yeah, I would hate having a dinner guest to be honest. Like I mean,
Do you realize
it's not
though that it could like one Edmund, you could literally ask me to go. Like it doesn't have to be someone famous. And
given the
then
choice of anyone in the world.
yeah,
Whom would
or it
you?
could be like
I
a
feel.
lost long friend, right? Like somebody that you're just like, oh, like I, want to have dinner with them again. Like I like my like dad came to mind. I was like, oh yeah, like that'd be cool to have like a conversation with my dad as an older person, and also like it could be like someone from history that you're like, oh, like I really want to hear like Napoleon defend his battle strategies to me during dinner, and then just be like, okay, peace, I'm out. Like you don't want to
Well,
talk to anyone.
number one, I would think that I thought that this was to live. I know people in the chat are saying living or dead, but I thought the spirit. Quick side note, like I feel like with these types of questions, just like questions in general, especially like for like this is really important, like sort of like scientific like experiments and psychological studies.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you have to like sort of like try and understand the spirit of the question. So, l- like, what was the writer going for? And that can tell you some different things because some people might genuinely think the writer was going for two very different things. Two different people can have very different conceptions of that. I thought that the spirit of this question was like anybody alive right now that is sort of famous. I thought that that's what that meant,
I mean, but
but maybe I'm
I think
wrong
I think
about
it's
that.
so like subjective because maybe me like if I'm on a date with a guy and I'm like thinking like oh he's gonna say he wants to have dinner with Jennifer Lopez but then he's like I'd like to have dinner with my grandma because I never got to meet her and like me learning that fact about him would tell me a lot about his personality, right? Like I'm thinking like every question on here is supposed to be subjective and supposed to be like let me teach you a lot about myself based on how I answer the simple question. And I think it is actually telling a lot about you, the fact that this question is hard for you to answer, right? So
Yeah,
maybe
I
don't force
mean,
yourself.
yeah, I, I mean, like, I guess I could, if we being for real though, like, I hate eating in front of y'all, even when we're in a group and stuff like that. Like, not like number one, I think y'all just always want to go out to eat for some
Listen,
goddamn reason, and I don't know why. Like, these y'all motherfuckers
okay,
are the hungriest people on the planet. Y'all are like locusts. Y'all see anything edible and y'all descend upon it. And I don't know how the hell y'all are always hungry every time we go out. It's like a
listen.
switch turns on.
I feel like
But
what I think Julian waits for us to eat because I,
why though? Like get a fucking protein bar or something like that. Like
but
he
also
always comes and it's just like I want like 3 full course meals in the 4 hour span we're hanging out. All right.
no,
And
I know.
he says that shit from the second that he steps in. He's like, "All right, what we eating, y'all?" And it's just like, "What are you? You just got here." Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Um,
love food. Yo, wavy. That's a misconception. I love food. I love food. I think one of the greatest things on the planet is being to be one of the greatest things for a human being, on the planet is being able to eat great food. I just don't understand why you always got to be hungry when you when you meeting your friends. Like,
I think
God,
also,
get a smoothie. Goddamn, like, like, like,
well, Evan,
get a cookie or something before you come out. Like,
we've been talking about this too, about how some people feel like they need an activity to hang out with people. So sometimes it's like, I don't know, you like
no,
might need to go out and eat because it's like, oh, like let me eat and then talk instead of just like maybe sitting there talk with nothing to do. Like with
it's
your
mad
hands.
chill when we just like sort of like talk and stuff
I
like
know
that.
I like it, but I'm saying maybe other people aren't as comfortable as you are with sitting in a room just talking. Anyway, is your answer to this question no one? Because Edmund, we don't got time, bro. We have 40 minutes.
We do have 40 minutes, and then we have to hard commit, and the hard commit is Luca.
So is your person no one?
Huh?
That's what I was saying. We should skip set one.
No one. I mean, no one.
Edmund, I think it's no one. Don't force it.
Like, I wouldn't want to like be in this position in the first place, but like, I mean, like, I also feel like if you could invite anyone, isn't it like a missed opportunity to not do anyone? I don't know.
No, I mean, it's a very different kind of answer, but again, I think it tells a lot about who you are.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd probably pick some fucking writer or somebody I think is smart or something like that. I guess maybe, but I don't really have an answer for this. I never have. Who's yours, by the way? We talked about how I hate this question, but who was yours?
Well, I was thinking a lot about Pixar today, and I don't know actually what Pixar movies you have or haven't seen, because I know you haven't seen a few of them that relate to what I'm trying to say right now. But a lot of them feed into this idea. There are a lot of common themes throughout Pixar movies, but one of the most common is like meeting your hero and having them be a huge disappointment, right? And I can think of several already that like that's so true for, right? Like Up is a good example. I know you've seen Up, right? You've seen Up, right?
Yeah,
okay.
we had an entire thing where we watched Up. Remember?
So
we were ranking the the Pixar movies or something like that.
Yeah. So there's one. I know also you haven't seen one, so I'm not going to say it, but there's another one that you haven't seen that has that, and there's a few out there where that happens. So I think like sometimes it can be scary, like actually meeting someone. Like Emily adores Taylor Swift and like wants to meet her so bad, but there's that kind of like, oh, what if I meet her when she's having like an off day and I just taint her image of it in my mind or whatever. I mean, okay, if I'm thinking like a dinner date, obviously I'm gonna think like romance, right? So like, let me get a shot at Chris Evans, right?
Or don't lie, don't cap. I will expose you. Say his name.
Okay, listen. Yes, I have.
Say his name. Say his full name.
All right, so I
will expose you right now. Chris Evans or who?
Okay,
say his full name.
Okay, I was going to say if I was. Yes, fine. All right, I'm also crushing very hard on Mark Fishbach right now. Just because Markiplier is great. I literally took a nap while watching stream earlier today, and it was very peaceful. But I think
it's Mark Fishbach. You got a chance.
No, I'm not trying to destroy.
If you're watching this, Mark, you got a chance.
No, he's not. He's not watching this though at all. First of all, and second of all,
she wants some Fishbach.
Second of all, he has a girlfriend, which I take very seriously, and it's okay.
This is 21. This is the 21st century. Polyamory is a thing. Do not judge individuals.
Edmund, but I don't want
Fishbach and Amy Fishbach.
They aren't married. Listen, Edmund, listen. But I don't want a man who would cheat, right? So therefore, Chris Evans is because he's waiting for me. So
I didn't say anything about cheating. I said maybe they're both cool with it. Who knows?
But I don't
Amy
know.
and Mark Fishbach.
You know for a fact that I hold myself to a higher standard in explicitly that situation. But okay.
But what if you love Amy too? You don't know. Open your mind. I don't. I'm mashing on words right now.
All right, but I guess that would be it. But also, I don't like the idea of treating this dinner guest thing as a romance thing. I mean, meeting Obama would be cool, just because I feel like I don't know. I just want to hear him talk. I think that'd be fun. And then also like I was really close to my grandfather, so maybe him. There are a lot. Like I could see myself going a lot of avenues with this. I think it just depends on like you know what I'm feeling in the moment. But it's I don't know. It's not as hard a choice as it is for you. But Edmund, do you want to move on to what would you like to be
And
famous?
considering we consider. Oh, Vaughn wants to enter the stream. By the
Yeah,
way.
I know he does. Yeah, I told him he could get in here.
Yeah, I do want to do
He's so
number
respectful.
two. He's coming.
My problem though is that I'd be fine if anyone, but Vaughn is just too polite. Hi,
Here he is.
Vaughn.
Here
Yo.
he is. We
Vaughn.
were talking about Mark Fishbach.
No, we weren't. Listen, Vaughn.
Got that part already. It's out the bag. It's fine.
Okay,
let me know.
Vaughn, do you want to answer number one?
Wait, what?
I thought you were
Question
tuning
number
in.
one. You're watching the goddamn stream, right?
I didn't. I just thought she was madly in love with some dude named Mark Fishburne, and like that's all I knew. I didn't know there
Mark
was
Fishbach. Get it right. This is Ruth's
Fishbach.
husband in the future. Yeah, husband in the future.
Fishbach. My bad. Okay, all right. Sorry. So there's a questionnaire. Okay.
Yes, we're doing. So, Vaughn, I don't know if you know this, but New York
that's
Times.
his name.
Yeah, I figured that out yesterday, bro.
Yes.
I'm so look. I'm not trying to be mean. Look. I'm not trying to be mean. I think I think he's a cool guy.
I'm
He's
in love
winning
with
so
this
hard.
man.
Let me say this though. Let me just
Listen.
say this. Look, man. Like, there's I feel like this man got jacked for a goddamn reason. Like he was like,
wait, Ruth.
What?
Like, I know you peeped Pokimane in the Mark Fishback results.
what the fuck is Pokimane there? God.
Wait, what do you
Is that a
mean?
thing? Is that a thing, or
No.
is she encroaching on your territory?
No.
See-
Fishbach got a
What's
thing
going on
with
here?
Amy.
Yeah,
Fishbach
he
got a
has
thing
a
with
girlfriend. Oh my god! Especially
Yeah.
anytime he wears
Amy.
this shirt. Yes.
This nigga is
Amy.
jacked, bro. I'll give him he is jacked
No,
as
he-
shit.
I gotta say, I had no idea this is who y'all were talking about. I was listening to a podcast, and he was talking about like his struggles mentally and like how he's persevered. He's a great dude.
Dude,
I think
such
he's
a
a good
great
dude.
dude. I don't
He's
even want to
a
talk
good
about this
Who
because
got jacked because he was like, no one will ever disrespect the name Mark Fishbach again.
oh my god, yeah, and then also this is so this is so like creepy. But anyway, basically my favorite video of his is this one. Okay, I don't know, this isn't creepy, but I just like there's this video he made. Okay, he cries a lot in his videos because he's that open with his feelings, right? And there was one video from years ago when we hit like 2 million subscribers or something, and he was crying, and I'll watch it sometimes because it's just like the most uplifting experience. And I like there's always like some lines towards the ends where I start to cry with him, and it's just this surreal experience. And I don't know, it's just like
Listen,
I
I
just
can't. I can't hate. I can't make fun of you at all. I
Thank
was,
you.
I got my own
I like.
inexplicably emotional crushes. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't
I
watch
get
him
it.
like that, but I like the dude.
Okay,
He's a
great.
cool dude.
Moving
Yeah,
on.
I approve of your relationship with Mark Fishbach.
Vaughn, given the
I
choice,
don't think
anyone...
I can always go back. Okay.
We have to ask Vaughn this
interrupting me.
question.
Goodness.
All right.
Yeah, this is my straight. So Vaughn, given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? Obviously, Edmund's trying to convince you that it would be Markiplier, which maybe it would be, but who's yours? Have you thought of this question before?
Ah, man, dinner guest. How do you think about the dinner? Like, is this like a date? Is this like a just welcome to my home?
Wait, so Vaughn,
Like,
I don't think I explained, but these New York Times made an article a few years ago, and these are 36 questions that if you ask somebody, you're like guaranteed to fall in love with them, which is crazy. So me and Edmund are trying to
talk about
prove
this.
them wrong.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
basically, these are the questions. The first one is the dinner guest one, but basically, I was telling Edmund, I think it's so subjective. So you answer it what you think. So I took a romantic approach. Edmund like couldn't pick. Other people choose like a hero of theirs that they want to meet. So within you could choose like seriously someone you personally know that you wish you had a better relationship with, or someone maybe who died that you want to like
Damn.
talk to.
Damn. I
Also,
mean,
sorry that I'm realizing now how personal this is, and if you don't want to answer, you definitely don't.
No, it's I just Yeah, I mean, because I hadn't thought about this. Wow.
This
So
is this,
I'm gonna give you
this
my
is your
first.
opportunity for Kendrick. This is your
No, no,
opportunity.
it could no because if I say Kendrick, then I mean like I don't. If it's dinner guest, right? I'm assuming like this is one time. Me and Kendrick need to make an album. That's what needs to happen there. But you
I
know,
was using okay. I mean, you're interpreting, but I thought that this is just to open it. You have one conversation, and then who
nah,
knows
nah,
what
nah, nah,
happens.
nah, 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 nah. Nah, see, I have that all planned out. Like he has to hit me up on social media, like, oh my god, Vaughn, like your music's amazing. Like that's
Yeah.
don't worry about that. But dinner guest, damn. The first thought I had literally was Claro. I was like, yo, like me and Claro are gonna have like a dinner date. It's gonna be amazing. But then I was like, wait, anybody. And then I'm not gonna lie, I thought about my granddad for a second, like the one I didn't meet.
Hmm.
That might be amazing.
That's the
That'd
exact
be
scenario you were talking about, Ruth. You were
Yeah.
talking about
really.
like a grandparent, like that you never met. You said that, yeah. She said
Yeah,
that.
no, I
She said that, yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah, no, yeah, I just had that thought, and I was like, damn, that'd be
Well,
like
Yeah.
just one dinner, just to like, it's yeah, that might. So it's
we
either
are.
Claro or Granddad, which is I don't. That's wild, but
I love
yeah,
how that's the choice right here. I love
Yeah.
how that's the choice.
No, it's okay because I think it tells a lot about Vaughn as a person and what he cares about. And
Yeah,
theoretically, we're all on
music
a
and lineage.
yeah. Oh
I
wait,
mean,
also,
like,
oh hold on real quick because I just realized I never
go ahead.
invited it, but like people in the chat, if you guys want to answer this question, like please do.
Yeah, everybody answered
Yeah,
with
it's a
the
good one.
reason.
We are never gonna get through all 32 of these, but yeah,
Absolutely not.
drop drop it in the drop it in the chat. I want to see. I want to read
An
some of the
hour of
responses.
something. I just saw the. I love this.
All right, let's get to the next one. Let's see what's up. Let's
All
go
right,
to the
so
next
the
one.
second one is would you like to be famous? So that's its own question, and then if so, like in what way?
Damn,
Yeah.
I am these. Fuck.
Do you want to let
What's his
Vaughn?
name?
Do you
What
want to
is
let
this
Vaughn
guy's
go first?
name? What is this guy's name?
This guy's name is Daniel Jones. Do you want to see what
All right,
else he wrote?
all right, Daniel Jones.
The writer
Daniel
name.
Jones. Daniel Jones. Look, I still think that this is a clickbaity ass title, but these are good questions.
These are
I'm
great
not gonna
questions.
lie. Not gonna lie. These are pretty good questions. All right, I might have jumped the gun a little bit on you, Daniel Jones. All right, but
Wazy is wild. I just wow. Oh,
Jesus, Leah.
That is so right. That would be good.
Yeah, Leah said that
Wow.
she would have
Taylor
dinner with
Swift.
Helen Keller just to see if she was lying or not. Damn. Is that a theory people have that she was lying?
I don't think so. It's actually a pretty it's a pretty discussed thing because in some of the stuff that I've read, it's a pretty discussed thing because it is
Oh, just so
very
impressive.
odd.
Yeah.
It is very odd, you know.
No, that's true.
It is very odd. Like it is a significantly odd thing that she was able to communicate or
Yeah.
do that,
There's a
and
trend on. Oh man.
it's a pretty
Nah.
it's a
Nah.
pretty yeah. I'm not
I'm
doing
not
that.
taking anything away
I'm
from
not.
Helen Keller, man.
I'm not doing the. I'm not taking the bait on whatever TikTok trend this is.
Nah,
We have
bro.
to go check it out. It's on
Question
TikTok.
number 2 is: would you be famous? And then Wavy's asking: would you
I
like
have
to be
an answer.
canceled? Would you like to be?
Right.
Would you like to be famous? You about to be famous if you answer this question.
Oh my god.
If you talk
Yeah.
about this TikTok trend, whatever it is, you are about to be famous. Nah, I do not want to know whatever this is.
A really good dog trainer. That's so wholesome.
Wow. Yeah. What a dream.
Oh yeah.
That's a good
Until
one.
until like I guess like evil brands that like advertise stuff for dogs that is actually bad for them like start giving you money, and then like you're just taking all their money and like supporting these brands, these products that are harmful to dogs, and then like the whole brand just falls down because like you just
Oh,
that's
like
a,
yeah, when you make it and you have to be picky about what brand deals to make. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Okay,
Can't-
Caesar Milan. We got a bunch of Caesar Milans here. It's okay, but hey, I like that show. But
I don't know what show.
The dog whisperer, right?
back to question number 2. All right, let me say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I don't want to be necessarily famous, but I think fame can go along with what I really want. which is I want to be respected by people that I think that I
Yeah.
think are that I respect and I think are worth their salt or whatever. All right.
Mhm.
So I don't need the whole world to know me. All right. But I want the people that I think it matters to know who I am. All
I
right.
feel
And
that.
to respect my name. All right.
Yeah.
And for the things that I like to do or whatever. So that's what I would like in the context of the famous thing.
Just like your
Yeah.
You know.
close knit circle, kind of like finding meaning in who you are. Like, and I guess
Uh,
Like your
paint
name
for them.
carries weight within the
My
right
name carries
circles.
weight. Yeah, in the right circles. That's exactly it. Like I
Yeah.
would like writers and people that think and stuff like that, and people that I think it matters to have an opinion of you, to hear my name and sort of like respect it and think, oh, this is somebody whose opinion I think matters or whatever. And I'd like that
Yeah.
more than just blanket fame or whatever, like Justin Bieber or something like that,
Yeah.
which
Gotta
that
be
can that
like
seems tedious because I want my freedom too.
Yeah, so
like
you actually don't
basketball
want to
leagues
be
your
like,
home.
yeah, you don't want to be a household name. You want to be like a very niche name that people will like
I'm okay with
refer to.
being a household name, I guess, but like I care a lot less about that. And at the end of the day, I do want my freedom. And when you're a household name, it can often be very difficult to maintain your freedom in certain and your autonomy in certain regards. Just because everybody's always watching what you do and has something to say about it. I think that that's a very easy way to even lose your own identity, and that is worrying. So I wouldn't say that I would reject the idea of being a household name, but I don't know if I would want to. I would want to be able to. I care more about the other thing, and I think that they don't necessarily go together. And if I could have both, I would want to prioritize the respect that's on my name, but also keeping like sort of like my autonomy,
Mm,
despite whatever fame I have.
I
So
Yeah,
get that.
makes sense.
Yeah. Real
Um,
quick, I just want to watch. I just want to shout out Wavy Wazy because just the best commenter I've encountered. Like, this
she
is
wants to
I
be
love
Tony Hawk. She wants to be Tony Hawk, bro. I just read her comments. She wants to
Bro,
be
it's so wild to me that people really
Tony
don't
Hawk,
recognize
bro.
Tony Hawk.
Yo, he was putting up a story one time, and I think he had a mask on, and there was a woman, a nurse, who recognized him as Tony Hawk,
Bruh.
well,
and it was just like one of those, and yeah, and everybody was just like, "Wow, Tony Hawk has the power where you know nobody recognizes him, but everybody recognizes him at the same time, and it's amazing."
I love this. Goodness, yeah. Oh wow.
all
Much
right,
love to Tony
Vaughn,
Hawk.
it's your turn though. Would you like to be famous?
Yeah. So, I mean,
A
I
thousand
would
percent.
love to say, I would love to say what Ed said, but like, cause I agree, like, on a lot of levels, especially from like what the famous people seem to say about fame and everything, like just the way life goes. Like, yeah, it's probably not the world's greatest thing, and then like there's all of the stuff to be said about like how everybody wants to live in front of an audience now, and blah, blah, blah. But like, I mean, what Ed said about like I want respect from the people I respect, and like just really uh admire and stuff like that. I love that, but I think in the grander scheme, like especially with like the creative stuff I do, like the art I do, like I would like for that to I want to my all time dream is to like make a lasting impact on like uh on whatever like field, like I don't know how to put it, but like I want to like if I'm participating in making music, or like if I'm making music, I want to participate on like the largest scale possible, and I want to like help kind of like shift it, push it forward, and everything. Like if I just had my dream, like I would dead ass be like you know have like a Michael Jackson effect on music or something like that. You know what I mean? Like if I could just make a wish, like that'd be it. But I also and I can tell a lot of it would really get to me. Like I could tell. So,
So you want to
I
make
want
it.
to say what Ed said, but I think I just yeah. If I could just be famous, if I could just, I'd probably take it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably.
Yeah, because you would like have a lot of happiness from being famous, right? Because like creatively you would have made it, and like that would satisfy you, right?
I guess. I mean, like I wonder, is it more like happiness from like people knowing who you are? Is it? I want to just. I feel like the only way to like make that type of impact, and it's not, but I feel like one of the only effective ways to have that type of impact on like whatever field you're in, like if you like make movies and if you know make music or whatever, and you want to like change the scope or like impact the landscape, like you kind of have to, you know, get some type of like Tarantino level notoriety at some point or something like that. I feel like
Here, here's the let me. I'm sorry to interrupt, but like let me ask you like a little bit of a question here, because I understand. I think that especially for like creative arts, like probably visual arts and music and stuff like that in particular, like
yeah,
wanting to sort of like influence the landscape or whatever and have your name like known is a pretty, it's a pretty you would want that, all right,
yeah,
it relates a little differently across different fields, like scientists and I guess writers and all of these different people or whatever. There are different ways that they can sort of like measure fame and acclaim in their field than just being sort of like widespread household names. But like,
yeah.
I guess one of my questions to you is like, do you think it's worth it to like, who would you rather like, would you be someone who is famous and I don't know, revolutionized the landscape and did all of those things, but you didn't make music that you liked, or would you rather
Uh,
be the person that made the things that you liked, even if and the things people know are the people who know are good,
in like,
even if it didn't have like widespread success?
I mean, I can tell you right now, I don't think I have the capacity to like make stuff that I don't like, especially like for like if it, I don't think I'd find myself in a position where like I'm like let's say I do just become like let's say I became some like crazy pop star or whatever, and like I just had to like make Baby Shark 50,000 different ways or whatever. Like I don't think I could physically do that.
So the type of
But
fame does matter here. Like you have to specify that
no, I
you
get it.
want fame, but it
What
has to
I
be on your terms, though.
yeah
That's
yeah
the
no
thing.
100%.
Like,
Like like if I could choose, bro, I would like to. It needs to no like straight up like I mean I hadn't thought about it any other way, but yeah it would need to be because like I would need to have the notoriety because like something I did was just so like groundbreaking and just
Mhm.
different just because I did it or what like the way I did it, all that like that would have to be how
I
the
did it
fame came.
my
Oh my god.
way.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Edmund.
That's my
that's the,
song
that's
too.
the music I
That's
know.
such a good song.
I love that song.
That man left an impact. That
Exactly.
There you go,
He
Vaughn.
like
yep,
knocked off
yep.
the mafia or something. I don't know enough Frank Sinatra stuff.
I don't know
Oh,
actually.
he's
Yeah,
so
He was
good.
definitely mixed into the mafia. I do know that, but
yeah. He's a complicated dude. Pretty
yeah,
interesting, but
yeah.
complicated.
No, very. Um,
Also, I mean, in all the good and bad ways. Anyway, Ruth,
Ruth.
this is your goddamn stream. You're gonna answer the goddamn question.
God damn it. Okay. Also, hi, Sinai. Thanks for tuning in. That's so sweet. And also, because Vaughn was talking about his music, you guys should go listen to it on Spotify.
Oh,
This man,
Um,
oh
oh,
my
man,
god.
Vaughn, if you can find
this
a
man
link,
just
put
got
it
the
in.
plug. You just plugged this man.
Listen.
I will absolutely drop my
Yeah, send the link.
hyperlink.
Um,
And,
God.
I was actually okay. I went to the beach today, and it's probably because of the waves. But whenever I go to the beach, I always feel very reflective, because it's like I don't know what it is about the beach, but it's just like makes you think of like everything you've been through, and just staring out in the ocean. It's like, huh, like I don't know, and I just like was thinking about everything else I want to accomplish in the world, and I've always had this kind of weird like thing with mortality where I feel like I need to be satisfied before I'm okay with like going, I guess. Which realistically, like I can't actually guarantee. But in my mind, if I live till 90, I kind of want to accomplish some things by the time I'm like, maybe 80, because I realize that okay, as a 90-year-old, maybe I'll just sit and watch Disney movies all day, which I'll be fine with, but I'll only be fine with if maybe I've accomplished something. Um, so I've always had like this idea that I mean, Vaughn was talking about Michael Jackson, right? And I feel like part of Michael Jackson lives on every time someone listens to like Man in the Mirror, right? Because that's
Yeah,
like him still
yeah,
making an impact on the world. And it's not even like artists. Like artists are kind of some of the obvious examples, right? But definitely Edmund also, like whenever you read a
yeah,
philosophy book or anything, like it's that's someone's words that they wrote down, and here I am in the future reading them. Like the
yeah,
phenomenon of that happening is insane. Like the fact that Frank Sinatra like isn't here, right? He died and like hasn't been here for a while, and the fact that like we're talking about his songs is crazy.
exactly.
And I think like to transcend time like that is so powerful. And it's one of those things where they say like, oh, there's so many artists who weren't respected during their time, but in a way, I feel like that's sometimes a really cool scenario, right? Because then you don't have to deal with all the
Yeah,
problems that Edmund was talking about, where you get maybe paparazzi, or you don't get to live maybe a normal life. Um, but I don't know. I've never needed to accomplish something really really big. Like you guys know, like I kind of want to write like kids books and stuff. But I don't need to become like on the New York Times bestsellers list. But some part of my mind is really happy thinking like, oh my god, like I'm gonna write this one story about like this Viking girl who goes on this mission and like meets the sea monster or whatever, right? And that book, like even if it doesn't make it, will end up in someone's basement, and then their
yeah,
granddaughter generations from now will pick it up and read it and be like, huh, like this was written by like Ruth White, and like her saying my name out loud like that, or just reading my name printed somewhere for eternity until that book is destroyed, is like, I don't know, like that sounds
no,
so,
I feel you.
so selfish, but I kind of want my name on something, because
No,
then if I because then when I leave I'll be like, even though like I will have satisfaction of course from like meeting my soulmate probably, and like having kids probably, and like becoming a teacher probably, and like affecting students lives and teaching them probably, but I will for sure have an impact if my name is on something and I leave it
Yeah,
behind me. And so I think that for me, that's what like being famous would do for myself.
you taking me to a complicated place, Ruth. And
I
I'm
totally hear you though.
here's the thing. Like, I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but I've also thought about other. I'm not old enough to fully feel this question yet. Is the thing. I think we can feel it in a
Mm,
Probably.
limited way, but I think that this is one of those questions that when you're in the midlife crisis stage, when you're at the end of your life, you start to feel like the weight and a lot of this stuff, a little bit
mm,
more. And there are a lot of places and avenues to sort of like go down with this. Like I know Wavy is sort of like on this, sort of like train of thought where yeah, it is crazy that people are going to come. I mean, Jackalope, number one, I wouldn't say that no one's going to remember you, and number two, I
yeah,
mean, even if they don't, like, there's a good, sort of like perspective where having just a simple sort of like quiet life that
mhm,
is you love might be valuable and even more worth people remembering you. So
Mm.
I wouldn't even. So number one, I reject that necessarily if you're in a down place that you're not going to be remembered. And number two,
yeah,
you know, a simple life might be a good thing. And number three, even
mm.
if you saying no one is going to remember you, it's sort of like the movie we were watching yesterday, Ruth. Like
Oh,
you
no
touch one
spoiler.
life. Well, I'm just gonna say like a general idea that was in it. You touch one life, and that person touches other lives. So
Yeah.
no one is
Yeah,
gonna remember you. You will probably, in some way, invariably leave some mark or impact in someone. Maybe in a way you don't even thought. So they will remember you in some way, whether or not it rises to the level of fame. I don't know, but the fact that you being remembered, is, I think, a certainty. It's just how long and to what degree, So these are all sort of like the complicated, ways you can go about it. But I was even thinking like one thing that gets a lot of people down is sort of like that old Ozymandias poem, uh,
Uh,
where you know Ozymandias has this great monument, and it is decayed, or the person in the poem sees it. It is decayed. It is destroyed. People don't even know who Ozymandias is right now, even though it's clear that at one point he was the most powerful person on his side of the planet. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, maybe time causes fame to disappear, all of our names to disappear. And so, is fame really even truly worth it? How long will you actually be remembered? Maybe not long at all, relatively. We remember people like Caesar, but how long will we remember Caesar? And how many people before Caesar were there who are lost to time, or relatively lost to time, who may have or may not have had lives that seemed as significant as his? Anyway,
yes, man.
getting into
Graduates from Johns Hopkins just got to make everything a philosophical fucking deep dive. Can't believe this.
It's
I
what his
apologize.
major is.
I love you. I love you. No. That was great. That was great.
This is
No,
my
but-
only thing.
I also feel no. I mean, good for you for using your major in like conversations, so that's good. But Vaughn, I feel like because I think of this a lot when it comes to music, right? Like we remember Frank Sinatra, but we don't remember whatever guy like was also trying to make it during that time, right? Like he didn't
Right.
make the cut, but Frank
Right.
did, And I think music is one of those things where it's like because you play me the 2010s playlist, I'm like, oh, I know every song. Five of
Right.
those will probably be known by my children. Two of those will probably be known by their children. Maybe one will survive,
Right. And
So
and to the idea that y'all kind of brought up about like like okay, so I saw and I'll say this, for any creative people listening, I know we're all, real creative. I saw something not too long ago on somebody's story, specifically talking to creatives, that was like, your song may not be on the Spotify brand new Music Friday playlist. Your painting might not get hung up in the MoMA, like whatever. But like, if you are creating, you are making an impact, and like, in a million different ways you have no idea about, or like that may not even be clear or present to you. And there are, like, obviously we'll remember like the Leonard Cohens and like all these people who just like had crazy impact on music. But there's also people, especially within the field of like like Frank Ocean, Kendrick, like there are people who impact them that you've never heard of, like freaking like Kanye West, like making Yeezus partially because he found out about Gesaffelstein in like Paris or wherever he's from. I don't even know if I said his name right, but like that happens as well. Like just participating in it alone is contribution in and of itself. And when you said, what you said about like, let me make the book, let me publish it, like just so that I have contributed in that way, even in my, in whatever scale that is, like that rings true. That's very true. Like you don't have to be freaking, on the world stage to make an impact in what you're doing. So
Legacy is a very complicated aspect of the human condition that we have to reflect on. We can do this one topic all night, to be honest, because something that occurred to me is like, look, there's a rock somewhere out there that will not only outlive all of us, but is older than all of mankind and has existed before and after men have disappeared and their names have fucking left. And there's a Virginia Woolf book where I think that I haven't read. I will read it at some point, where I think that is a point that somebody actually makes in it. But yeah, we can do this all day. So let's get to the next question.
Number three.
Oh my gosh. Do you guys also want this to be the last one?
No, I kind of like these.
I want to
keep going as long as possible. Yeah. We have until technically our friend comes back we have until our friend comes back.
Yeah.
All right.
Who comes back?
And to be honest, we wouldn't start the movie without him.
Yes.
All right, we wouldn't start Luca without him. So, and we would just be doing this, to be honest,
Yeah.
off
We,
stream.
honestly,
So
we don't even have to watch it tonight. Also, I don't even know if Vaughn wants to watch it. Vaughn,
I
what's your?
didn't know.
we were gonna watch Luca when Dames got back.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm behind on the group movies. And
You
Like-
are.
Do you want to catch up, or do you want to keep doing this? Because we could fall in love, Vaughn. These
I'm
36 questions.
totally gonna fall asleep. Like you talk about falling in love. I'm gonna fall asleep. Is the thing. It's 11 o'clock. Like I'm gonna.
Not- Okay, one
Hey,
more question.
I'm just saying let's do this. Let's keep going with this until Dames either comes or Dames says he's not coming or something like that. Like because we're just gonna be doing this
Anyway.
anyway, just off stream. So we might as
Yeah.
well do it for the content, you know.
Right,
Exactly.
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 But Edmund, I've never thought about that literally until now. But you're right. Like, I don't think animals really care, right? Like, they're living things too. And I know a lot of people will like have feelings about whether or not they're as conscious as we are. But I don't think that they live in fear of like, oh, will I be remembered? Like, no, so that is
maybe.
literally a human.
Here's the thing. It is a human thing, but maybe some animals do. This gets really complicated. This is a big question, and for many people, and it gets very complicated just generally. But like one thing that's always tripped me up since I've learned about it is that elephants have funeral rites.
Oh,
They have
yes.
funerals.
Vaughn, you know about this.
Elephants, yeah, it's a whole thing, bro. Like elephants are a super smart species. They're one of the smartest. I mean, there are a bunch of smart species like dolphins and octopi and stuff like that who might have cognition that approaches a human cognition. And human beings are a very special creature. Whether or not you think they are qualitatively different from general animals or not, but one thing that erodes some of the differences is some of the things that we know that some animals have the capacity to do. Elephants
Yeah.
have funerals. Elephants will have funeral parades for days. They will march around and do specific things around one of their fallen, pack, and they have funerals, bro. And it's one of those things where it's like, and they mourn at those funerals. And so, yeah, most
Yeah.
animals may not care if they die and what happens when they die, but the idea of a funeral implies to me like some conception of mortality and
Jeez.
remembrance of a life, which is maybe when you approach a certain level of cognition just really starts to weigh on you, regardless of whether you're human or elephant or dolphin or something like that.
Can
Right.
elephants solve climate
And-
change for us?
Wait, what?
Can elephants solve climate change for us?
Seriously,
we wouldn't
though.
listen to them, and we would kill them all for trying.
Oh
But
my god, stop. But that's why, if you guys know, like in the Lion King, like the elephant graveyard is a thing because also it happens, Vaughn, is if an elephant is very old and they're just ready to die, they literally will just lie down, not eat, and just like let themselves go naturally because they're ready. And mentally, that's like so challenging for a lot of humans to just accept their death, but so many
Jeez.
elephants choose to go that way. Just like be like, I'm done living, and we'll sit down and die that way.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah. It's insane.
This is tripping me out. This is
I'm
tripping
sorry.
me
Okay,
out.
one more. One,
next question.
no, one more thing, just because. One more thing while we're on the topic of animals, because I never get to say this fun fact because it is kind of triggering. So I guess trigger warning. But there's literally this bridge, just because we're talking about animals and like how they view life. There's literally this bridge. I think it's in Scotland or somewhere in the UK, where it's like known as like ever since like the 1950s or something. Like dogs will go there to jump off it, and it's like famously known as the dog suicide bridge. And you kind of like it's unreal, like reading all the articles of all the dogs who will journey out there to kill themselves off that bridge.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I didn't know about this bridge in particular, but animal suicide is an entire thing. Like octopi kill themselves, and dolphins are known to starve themselves sometimes. Like, and yeah, I mean we will not know, at least for a very long time, maybe ever, how much some animals' cognition approaches human cognition.
Mhm.
But there is evidence that at least some of the fundamental ideas and quandaries are echoed in other species in a way that really makes you wonder what you are and what
Yeah.
other things are. So, and
But
what it means to just exist. But
happy note, real quick, so we can twist around the animal thing because I know that was like kind of sad. Um, what always cheers me up is the whole fact, and you guys know this, about how elephants think that we're cute. Like they think people are cute.
yes.
Like in their brain bond. Did you know that? Like the same thing that tells us that
I've
a puppy is
heard,
cute is elephants are like, oh my
I've
god, a
heard
little
that.
human. They're so cute.
I've heard that. See, elephants might just be playing dumb, or have just like
I don't.
advanced
I don't think.
to the
They're
point that
smart.
I don't
they
think they're
just don't
playing dumb.
care.
I don't think they're playing dumb. I don't think any animal is playing dumb. I think that there's a difference between playing dumb and us not being able to understand that these are super advanced,
Yeah,
sort of pseudo. I mean, like again, humans are different from other things. It is clear that we are, regardless of whether or not you think it is a qualitative difference or a degree. It might be minor enough that you don't want to separate humans from other animals or whatever, but we are clearly a very special thing, for, in terms of, just being a living species on Earth at least. Uh, but yeah, I don't think that any of them are playing dumb. I think that we just don't recognize or haven't recognized until now that many of them might have at least the rudimentary things that approach, human cognition. And,
y'all just trying to make me vegetarian.
I mean, a thing, look, pick
Go.
animals that are dumb is the point here,
Fair enough.
pick stupid animals, all right? No one,
Damn.
no one,
No,
no
no,
one
go
ever-
And is
vegetarian,
is
Vaughn.
that even worse? Let's just
Huh?
go to question 3. Because I
Question
no,
3.
on the challenged animals. Eat,
No,
kill the
but
challenged animals and eat them. God.
yeah,
no,
just
because now we're gonna get into the realm of like, oh, they need to be protected because like clearly, let's just go. Let's number 3.
let's continue.
Number
But don't buy
3.
anything with elephant tusks. All right, question number 3. So before making a telephone call, oh, and you guys in the chat can answer this too. Don't forget. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you were gonna say, and why do you do so, or maybe why you don't?
I draft text
when I'm
messages before I send them.
when I'm angry, when I'm
Wait.
angry, when I have something heavy to say, I will rehearse. I barely ever stick to it though, so I mean, I don't write it out. I mean, I kind of draft text messages like you want, sometimes maybe a little. I like to be careful about my wording about stuff, but that's whatever. But if I'm having like a call or whatever, I mean, I won't like rehearse. I mean, I won't like say it out loud, and I won't like write lines and stuff like that. And I'll basically only remember a portion of it when the actual call comes. But if it's a heavy thing, then I want to be very clear about how I articulate things. So.
I feel that, but I definitely okay. I definitely both like rehearse before I make a call and like pre type out like text messages if I'm like nervous. Like if it's like a girl I like, then I'm definitely doing that every time without fail.
Mhm.
So that's I revealed a little too much about myself, but yes.
That's okay. Wait, Edwin, you said that sometimes you'll be in the moment though, and you will fall from your plan. And
I basically don't. I mean, I'll remember some of the cliff notes, but most of the calls where I have something to say, or if it's heavy and I've done the rehearsing part of it, like I'll remember 2 lines or something like that, and then conversations don't follow the script, right? You don't know what another person's going to say, how they're going to react, where they're going to go with it.
Yeah.
So I can't I can't prepare for every situation of what somebody might say. I might not even think of some things that a person might say. So I usually end up forgetting a large portion of whatever I rehearse, even no matter how in depth it is. So, you know. And this is only when like it's a serious conversation a lot of times.
right. Wait, so okay, Vaughn, because you said you draft text messages. Do you do it because you need to figure out what you want to say, or you're trying to say it in a more like a respectful way? Like, what are you afraid of? I guess.
like if it's like jeez. Oh wow. That's all right, yeah. If it's like a if I'm simping really hard, you know what I mean?
Hey,
But you
the
don't.
word is not allowed on Twitch.
Oh shucks.
How dare you, sir?
I didn't type it though. Oh,
How dare you?
oh man. Okay. I'm sorry, TOS. Oh no.
It's okay.
If I like it's exclusively if I like the
You also
only
don't need to
time.
say anything, Vaughn, if you don't. You know.
No, I'll just be because now I gotta think about why I do it and like
Yeah,
I
because
kind of want
this
to.
is why you're supposed to be reflective. Why do you care so much about what you say, and why do you plan ahead? It's probably a good
'Cause
reason.
it's like, I mean, because it's like if it's like if I feel like there's stakes, like
Okay.
if I'm like it is only with women. Like I swear, like that's the only time. Which is like I'm also thinking about that too. Like it's either that or like if it's really. So I think the last time I like drafted out a message before like I sent it out and it wasn't like because I was like in my feelings. It was around the time not to get too heavy, but around the time my friend Connor passed and like I was trying to talk to my friends in Chicago, like see what was up. And I hadn't talked to them in years. Like if it's heavy, I have to do that. But like that's the only time outside of like just like talking to a girl I like that I will do that. And I'm thinking it's because it's like because it's I just have to. I guess it's just in situations where I fear what the response might be. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I want to be really careful about like how I like you Ed. You remember fucking the Walking Dead video games?
Yeah.
Like when you gotta like choose like what
Yeah.
you're gonna say and just like
Because hey,
Jack
Kenny will remember
that.
this.
Exactly.
Kenny will remember this, bro.
Exactly.
Kenny
Yeah.
will remember.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to really just take it. We would pause sometimes. We would like pause on scene and just be like, okay, which of the four? And you know, like I have to do that sometimes, or I shouldn't have to, but I feel like I have to sometimes because you know, like if I'm being too vulnerable, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's vulnerability. I found it. Yeah.
There it is.
If I'm being vulnerable, then I gotta make sure my strategy is laid
I
out.
I used to be a
That's
planning type person, or I used to really like planning type people, and I still like think that it's a very good skill set, and you should not walk into everything with. You should walk into things with a general plan. But
Yeah.
one thing that I've learned, I guess, just in life as I've gone on, is how important it is to be able to sort of like improvise. Like,
Yeah.
and that's just something that I wish that I was
Yeah.
better at, and
Totally.
I guess that's influencing my attitude towards this, where you know, I mean, I definitely relate to a lot of the stuff you're saying, and when it's serious,
Yeah.
I will think about it, and I will practice to an extent. But I mean, I definitely think that you don't know what somebody can say, so
Yeah.
you have to
I
also be
mean,
good at responding and
yeah. Like
doing stuff like that.
I'll say like the
Oh, the
that's
bots have
mainly
come
with
out to
text.
play.
Like oh
The bots
snap.
have come out to play.
Shout out the
Ooh.
bots.
Shout out to
Lots
the
of
I'm
bots in
bots
this
in the
chat. Let's
chat
go.
trying to get us
Um.
followers.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah. Uh.
Easy.
No, but
Let's
like
see. Let's see how many come.
for real. Oh, 'cause I
No,
don't
no,
know
I
how
don't think
Twitch bots work.
I don't think it's gonna be a huge raid because sometimes they just come and it's like one or two, but like they come sometimes, and if you're a bigger channel, sometimes they like send like hundreds to your channel, so you
Jeez.
gotta just
Oh,
time it out for a little while.
oh
But
snap.
it looks like it's only the one bot right now. This one bot's the one that's
All
trying to.
lonely. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. You
Sorry,
came here
bro.
without any homies. You know,
Now, one thing that
Um.
bring your homies next time, bot.
Yeah.
one thing that not to out Emily's boyfriend right now. Oh my gosh. But one thing that he like has a
You
problem
met
with.
the man today.
No, I made him Friday.
Oh, you haven't met him yet. Oh, I thought you met him today.
No, I made him Friday. Okay. One thing that he has a problem with is that sometimes Emily will. Okay, let me not out my sister. I don't think this is a bad thing. This is why I'm trying to defend her because I think it's very normal. But like
We're on your
for
sister's side either way.
already, right? Yeah. But basically, like sometimes they'll be talking, and obviously, when you get hurt, sometimes you need to sit with your thoughts for a little bit. You're like, oh, okay,
Oh
that
no,
feels a little bit weird. I need to
he's
think about this
reactionary.
more. So she will like if he says something that rubs her the wrong way, she'll be like, okay, and laugh about it. But then like later that night, she'll be like, oh, that was weird. And so then like a good person, she'll bring it up later, be like, hey, what do you mean by that? Or like that kind of hurt what you said. Or could you like can we talk about this? But he's very like, you should have told me in the moment, girl, that you were bothered by it. But I feel like a lot of
You can
times,
shut all the fuck up. Like what? like
What?
like shut every door in this nigga house. Like God, I'm just like God. Like shut the
Excuse me?
fuck up, bro.
yeah. But I guess
Like,
I guess
God.
it's his idea with being like, oh my god, like I didn't mean to hurt you, obviously, and I wish you told me sooner that I did because I would have like right then
Oh, that's how
defended
he says it.
myself.
That's how he
Yeah,
says.
it sounded like a.
It sounded
too
just
late
like
now.
it's like
No,
why are you so focused on the past? It was yesterday.
You need to be moving forward.
Yeah, so exactly. So it's more like he just wants Emily to bring it up when it's an issue, but I don't like I think Emily's very normal here when it's not an issue sometimes in the moment or you don't realize that it is. Like sometimes you need to process things over a course of time.
Yeah.
Like I've definitely like been in situations where it's like only after the fact I'm like, "Oh, I don't know how I feel about that just happened." And then I kind of walk with it home and I'm like, "Oh yeah, actually, I don't know."
It's
I don't
healthy
like
to
people-
be able to go ahead.
No, you finish on.
No, I was just gonna say it's healthy to be able to just like have candid conversations to reflect on like
Mhm.
things with your partner or whatever. Because
Yeah.
it's like you said, you're not always gonna like you might not know like if you can be that comfortable with that person and just like say something right then, or you might not realize it even rubbed you the wrong way or whatever. Like time is definitely time should be allowed, and you should be able to have conversations like reflecting.
I was just gonna say I don't like people who don't think about stuff. That you like. I think it's just a sign of being like a reflective person, and no more mistakes happen when you don't take the time to like think about how you feel and process that and whatever. So, I
Right.
mean, I get it. I get what he's trying to say if he's saying it in the nice version and not the
Sorry.
fuck. This was 2 hours ago. We eating
Yeah.
lunch now. Come on.
No,
Kind of way.
no.
And he's just
Live
and he's
in the
more
moment,
if he's seeing it in the nice way where it's like, yo, I didn't know I made you feel like that. I wish that this time didn't pass. Like I get that, and people have just different approaches on
Mhm.
how to do that. But I definitely like understand and relate to taking the time to think about it,
Yeah.
taking the time to understand how you feel about it, and taking the time to to figure out how you want to articulate it if you do want to articulate it. I think that
Exactly.
sometimes like that's how you avoid like doing stuff that is just in the moment and can make the problem worse or more confusing. So
Yeah, because
yeah.
really, because I don't, Emily, like my sister, is just not like a very aggressive person at all. So I don't think that she would have like in the moment responded with anger. But I think she's also like catching herself, like, okay, I don't feel good about this, but also I shouldn't respond immediately with kind of anger. I should, sit and think about it for a bit and then come back. And my point in bringing this up is because think it has a lot to do with this. And I know when Emily has like a serious conversation that she wants to have with him, she kind of actually told me that she prefers to have most of them via text because like having a face-to-face conversation with somebody is sometimes like, you like it's almost like you don't say everything that you're feeling, but when you have time to really like type it out and be careful with your wording choice and make sure that you say everything, it's a lot like harder to read between the lines and therefore you're a lot more honest. So I was just noticing that since she kind of like prefers to like talk about her relationship issues via text, I just thought that was interesting because she does like a lot of planning of her text and she actually prefers that way.
Yeah, no, I think that's just some people are like that, and I think that that's a good way to sort of like do it. Like I'm not gonna get personal here, but like people that I know, you know, personally or whatever. One thing that I've realized that I didn't realize negatively affected me until years down the line was just like some people react when people are reactive in the moment, sometimes it can be horrible.
Mhm.
Like it can be horrible
Mhm.
if you like know if you have like a family member or somebody that's like this, you know what I'm talking about. When they don't take the time to even try and understand what the person meant or could have meant or how they should respond, they react in the moment with a very violent, very aggressive, very uncalled for action. And
Mhm.
half the time you get there and it's just like that's not that's not even what the other person meant, or that's not, if you had just said it calmer, this wouldn't have escalated or something like that. But you didn't take the time, you didn't recognize, or you didn't have the respect for the person to sort of like just, calm down. And so now it's a huge issue where, everybody's sort of like in a kerfuffle, and it's a big, you know, it's a very dramatic moment because you didn't take the time there to just figure out and plan how you wanted to approach it. And
Mhm.
that was just something that I realized, like, it's a very negative you know environment for people to sort of like be around, and a very negative habit sometimes. Like, I'm not saying like people that are able to control their emotions and still be like in the moment, like, I don't really appreciate that, are wrong. No, that's a different way, but like it can get to a bad place, I think, if you just are completely sort of like unrestrained in how you want to react to something.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm with you.
There's a lot of like respect that you lose for a person and for, I think, yourself in the situation if you kind of, I don't know, just lash out like that without. I mean, there's the whole thing about how you should think what you say before you say it, right? Which I think is the point of this question.
I say this being a person that's not like, we all have blind spots, we all make mistakes sometimes. I'm not saying that I've never sort of like you know uh done shit like that. All right, I definitely have, and I definitely probably will do it in the future when. But the person that I want to be and the person that I try to be is definitely a person who can wait it out and figure out what the best solution is, because you don't want to sort of like make a mistake sometimes, and
Yeah.
when you just say shit or do shit in the moment, you can make a mistake.
Yeah.
And if it's a serious situation, sometimes that you can't take that shit back. So
Yeah. Very
anyway,
true.
next
I'm gonna light.
question.
I'm gonna light
Why
my
is this so
mood.
sad?
I don't know. Also, I didn't answer technically, but
Oh, you
basically,
answered for Emily. You answered for
well, I was
Emily.
just taught because I feel like we're doing this podcast forum where we get to tell stories. But yes, I definitely rehearse everything. Honestly, like I definitely like half my notes are text message. This is specifically asking at calls. Like if it's a planned call, so I have something that I want to come to you about, like I will probably like even I definitely said it out loud before. Like okay, like I'm gonna call Edmund. I have to ask him about this. How do I want to bring it up? Like that's the plan, and we'll see if it actually goes through when I get there. But I don't know. I think just
AKA, it took her like 3 hours of typing, drafting, revising to say, "Hey, you want to be on the Twitch cast today?"
yeah, exactly.
And then
Um,
I said yes, and she was like, "Which one of the 70 options are you gonna choose next?"
yeah, but I think the point of rehearsing is not like sometimes it's just to make sure that I come off as the way that I'm trying to, because I think sometimes when you're having conversations that are hard, it's really easy to be like, okay, am I doing this for selfish reasons? I'm not. I'm doing this because I care about the person who's involved, and I'm doing it because I care about maybe myself, and I care about like maybe our situation that we find ourselves in. So I just want to make sure I'm presenting it in a good way. So I think like rehearsing it beforehand kind of helps. Just like I don't know if you guys have ever talked out loud to your mirror about conversations, but I definitely have, and kind of practicing like that. I don't know. There's something that's
I've never done
comforting.
that to my mirror. That mirror on the wall shit. That is, yeah. I feel kind of like a crazy
Perfectly
person.
fine and acceptable.
No, I get it. Look, you can do it, but bro, like, I feel like what's his name? Travis what from Taxi Driver? Travis
Oh,
you talking to me? I feel like that.
oh,
If I talk to myself in the mirror, I'm like, oh no, I can't do this. This is next level. This is next level crazy. I'm already crazy. I can't normalize having conversations with the man in the mirror. For me.
I'll
For
be talking
me.
to
For
myself.
me.
I haven't talked to the mirror to myself yet, but I'll be talking to myself.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
I
it's
can
not in
talk
the
to
mirror.
myself.
It'll be
I mean,
like
I don't
it'll.
vocalize things to myself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it's been in the mirror, but it's meaning like just me sitting there. It's like, okay, like what are we gonna say? This, and this.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
and
that's
I just
normal.
call.
Yeah,
Because you're
that's
looking to see
perfectly
how
normal.
you know, how you're gonna look to the people you're presenting to. That, yeah,
Yeah, this is fine. I'm just saying, like, I can't just, for me, I can't just be in front of a mirror and just be like, look, you need to look at me right now. You're gonna do this. I can't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I can't do that. Question.
Okay, do you want to do the next one? I guess
Yes.
Damien's not here.
Yo, man, he's trying. He gets off of work, 10 and stuff like that. I'm not blaming him if he got
Yeah, that's all.
tied up.
All right. Question 4 is, what would constitute a perfect day for you? I think this is a typical like date question. Perfect day.
typical date question.
I don't know what to say about this one.
Telling that I've never gotten this question.
Really? I
It's
thought about it before.
I think I don't know. It's this is one of those ones where I'm just like, what does this even mean, bro? What is perfect? Like,
Let's say I got you. Right.
Yep.
So I wake up. Right. I wake up at about like 10, maybe 9:30.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Also, Vaughn, just really quickly, like, remember, if you said this to a girl, it would make her fall in love with you. She'd be like, oh my god, I want to marry this guy because this is his
Are you
perfect
serious?
day.
Okay, I'm gonna remember this.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. So and the reason I picked 9:30 is because y'all know my sleep habit issue where I have to wake up after 5 hours.
Yeah.
And that I just be waking up at 5 a.m. That this perfect day starts off me not dealing with that. Like I just slept a full 8+ hours.
That's
so
fun.
like, and I'm not like losing the day. So 9:30 I'm up, right? And it's like, all right, bet I go take a shower. I have like a well balanced breakfast. Okay, like I got some fruit, probably got some eggs and bakey, and then we go over to the computer. I make a beat that I feel really good about. Like it doesn't have to be perfect, but like I just start something. Like,
before lunch? Damn. Okay, good day so far.
Yes, right. Then I'm lost now. I think that's it. I think
you can go to bed. You're done.
That's fine.
Yeah, that might be it. I mean, like, okay, maybe like after that. Oh no. Then I draw a picture and like I feel good about that. And after I draw the picture, then I'm like, you know what? No, because I do this every day. I'm setting the tone, right? Even though I don't, and it's been years since I've just been able to just draw something for fun and enjoy myself. That's its own sad thing. But after that, I'm like, awesome. Then I go outside and I walk around and I find like a really pretty like bush or something. Like I just find something out in nature in the world that looks real pretty, and I'm like, I'm gonna paint that, and then I paint it, and then I don't stress about it. I just I paint and I feel good, and then I'm like, I did that, and then I just walk around, and like for some reason everyone's just pleasant. Like everybody's just pleasant, and like people are letting me on the subway without paying, and like it's just good vibes, I think. And then I go back home and I play a video game, and I die a minimal amount of times, and then I go to sleep. I think that's my perfect day.
Wow, Vaughn.
You just did the whole bro code good ass night segment.
That's awesome.
If you know, you know, guys. That's my good ass night.
Wait,
what
Vaughn.
about you, Ruth?
No, wait, because I want to call Vaughn out on something. So Vaughn, we're not doing therapy right now. Don't worry. But like, you find satisfaction obviously through your creative process and progress. success, right? Like you aren't, because
Yeah.
Emily and I were talking today, and she finds satisfaction in her personal relationships. So if she's feeling close to me and our mom, if her friends group is good, if her boyfriend and her are getting along well, she feels very satisfied and safe and secure in life and happy with where she is. There, I know people who are very like secure and satisfied in life. Their career is going where they want, right? But
Mm.
it seems like you're satisfied with your day if you were creative and if you were able to put time into that. And you know, Vaughn, this the question is what is your perfect day? And everything you said wasn't like, oh, I want to go to like Hawaii, or I want to like meet, Leonardo DiCaprio, or I want to like reenact the scene from like, I don't know, Madagascar 2 with Ben Stiller and everyone, right? Like it wasn't like this crazy thing. Like Vaughn, you could do that tomorrow, you know?
Yeah. I guess the reason I think of that as the perfect day is because every time I'm doing any one of those things, I'm too in my head to enjoy myself. So, like especially with art, I have not been able to enjoy making art in literal years. So, like if I could just sit down and just like pick up a pencil and just like start having fun. Oh my god.
Here's my thing, and this goes with my answer. All right, about that. I think this is a weird question because what does it mean to have a perfect day? I mean I get it, but I think it's weird, and it's really I think it's kind of a weird question, at least for me, because sort of like what you were saying right now. At least for me personally, it's 70% to 80% not about how the day actually goes.
Mm.
It's about my frame of mind as it goes. Like, of course, I don't want to get into a car accident on my perfect day. That's not a perfect day, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like if I wake up and I am in a perfect state of zen, my mind is clear, my mind is sharp, I feel good inside my head,
Mm-hmm.
like that day can be perfect in any number of forms.
Mm.
Like there are so many different ways it can go, and I'd still think it was the perfect day because my head was clear and good, and it just kept up regardless. The day that I have every day, there are things I like to do during the day. Basically, right now, every day I'm doing the stuff I like to do. Porch life, right?
Porch
But
life.
I wouldn't say that every day of porch life is the perfect day because not every day am I in my head in a complete state of tranquility, right?
Right.
It's only perfect when I'm in a state of tranquility. It's a precondition to the
Mm.
actual sort of like circumstances that surround the day that whatever's up here is, good. That's one of my favorite, things is that quote where you're looking for a location fix to a spiritual problem, or you can change you sort of like you can change where you are, but you can't change your sky. I like those types of quotes that remind you that, or at least this is something that's always impacted me. Those that side of the thought where it's like, look, anything can be awesome and amazing. Circumstances can be great in a variety of different ways, but
Mm-hmm.
they will never be if your head isn't in the right place
Mm.
when they occur. And so I guess the way I look at this question is it's hard for me to say like what my perfect day is because there is no perfect day. There's only a perfect mindset which is conducive to a great sort of day. So,
Yeah. No, attitude is everything. Like everything,
yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. And also, like, because when Vaughn was, saying his perfect day, it was occurring to me like it wouldn't take like too much to satisfy Vaughn to be like, you know what, today was a perfect day. It's not like
Mm.
unattainable, which I think is good, because you don't want to set up yourself for failure by having too high standards. Um, and
Yeah. Thanks.
I feel like all of us can like think back to our past, and there are a few days that were like that was like the funnest day ever, right? Like especially maybe like as a kid you were like maybe you went to like Six Flags or something. Like I had so much fun on that field trip, or field day at school was a great time or something. You were just like, oh, I had so much fun that day because you were able to do something that like was fun. Um, but I don't know. It's like I don't know, as you get older and you learn more about what you like, which for Vaughn is like being creative, and for Edmund is like sitting on his porch and enjoying the simple things. I don't know, it just puts in perspective like so much, you know. And I feel
What's
like
your perfect day?
well, because
Yeah.
yeah, I was about to say because you know I think when this is definitely a question that changes as you get older. Because when I was young, I feel like I would say like, oh my god, like going to Disney World and like doing like I would list like my answer would be 20 minutes long. Like I need to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. Right? But now it's like no, because I don't know. You guys know I'm a very type A person, so I love to be productive and stuff. But something
Yeah.
that's been really great for me is like the summers that I have with like where I just hang out with like Emily and Subby like all day. And like it was really cool because Vaughn was over, so you got to see what that's like.
Yeah.
But
Oh my god, those are
it's
bad.
way too wholesome, dude. And the thing is Edmund, you know that I like when I'm having a day that I feel good about myself, when I'm having a me day, that's a work day. Because Ruthie loves work days. Like Ruthie like loves her life, loves herself, feels the most confident when she's like, I have this list of things to do, I'm gonna do it. Because I enjoy being productive. But what's been really great is like hanging out with Subby and Emily when I know Subby's coming over and like me and Emily are like, okay, we're not gonna do anything today. We're just gonna hang out with Subby. I I just love sitting on the couch with them, watching TV for hours, maybe going on a walk, maybe playing a video game. Just doing nothing with those two people, like, has shown me that, I don't know, like, that is my perfect day, is just like doing nothing with the people that you love the most. So I think it's been really humbling because it makes me want to have less work days because I realize like, oh, does this really like matter that I'm doing all this stuff? No, it doesn't. What matters is like another Subby and Emily day, and we've had so many summers of adventures with my siblings, but the fact that like I still want more of them, and everyone's like, oh, if today was your last day, what would you do? 1,000%, like just have a me and Emily Subby day, even though I have years of that. Like that's what I would want. Um,
I don't know if we got any viewers. Do we have any viewers? Because I want to hear what these people's perfect day is. Come on, bot. Easy follower? What's it called?
Skunk 506.
The Skunk 506 bot. What's your perfect day, bro? Jackalope. What's your perfect day if you're still here? But all right. I think we have time for one more, right?
Do you guys think? Any last minute thoughts about that one?
No, I said what I had to say about that. No.
Yeah. I like how everybody's perfect day sounds. I hear what you said, Ed, but yeah.
Do you feel like we're falling in love, guys? Like we're getting to know each other more? Could you see this? Like, do you think this is working?
I think this is a weird thing.
Intimate situation with like another person who, but I don't.
Here's the thing.
I think you need to be already like kind of like
Acquainted.
y'all need to be involved in some capacity already.
It's two things, and I didn't read the rest. We didn't read the rest of the article, so I don't know if this is what he's going for. Although I will say, Daniel Jones, these are better questions than I thought. So
Good job,
okay,
Daniel.
I'll take the L on that, Daniel. But
also, Vaughn, I was just gonna say, Vaughn, like we're on question 4 or 5 right now. But the thing is that these are the easy ones. And like question 36 is like, what do you think happens after death, or something wild? So it's supposed to get more and more like invasive and intense.
I'll say this: if you are already like what you were saying, Vaughn, if you already know somebody, then this can lead to love. But number one, love takes a little bit more effort. All right, than just answering some questions. Number one. Number two, it's fun. And number two, I feel like this isn't a first date set of questions, right? No. This is not like this is only working so well because we've known each other. We've all known each other for years, right? So
unless you're in one of those movies, where it's just like, oh my, like no, like we just want to fall in love right now. Let's just do it, like one of those crazy rom-coms or whatever. Like, and then they just go down to this. I think this is like, it'd be great to like learn about each other. You know what I'm saying? But like, presumably, I think the best case scenario is, it's like it's still early.
You've gone on 3 dates, and you have this discussion, right?
Fourth date,
4 or 5 dates or something like that.
there still needs to be some mystery, to who the other person is,
Mhm.
kind of. But like,
You
y'all
have to.
definitely like
It
each
has to.
other.
There has to be some foundation established.
Yeah, there's
Like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
this can take you to the next. This can take you to the level where you're like, oh, I love this person, but
Mhm.
you're not gonna get there with only this. All right,
Yeah.
guys. All right, fellas. Don't be pulling this out and
Hey.
being like,
You
and
don't
being like,
know what the last two questions are, Evan, so you can't actually talk right now.
that's true. Oh,
Mm.
hey, maybe set 2 and 3 or whatever are wild, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh no.
But no, I feel like you guys are right. Like maybe because I could see this being like a fun thing that you do with a person to get to know them. But also, I think that you should take the time to do it how me and Edmund and Vaughn are doing it, where it's very like loose and you can talk about animal suicide in between if it comes up. Don't try and make it like a really strict conversation because I think
Oh hell no! I just
honestly,
saw that fifth question.
oh yeah, honestly, choosing like 5 each is like or for each day or whatever, is like a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Vaughn, do you want to
Uh,
answer this question since you laughed so much?
I
Five.
can answer. I can answer.
5
About
says
10 minutes before we
when.
got on the call.
I was literally about to say 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes before we got on the call. I know it. I know this nigga.
When did you
Bro.
last sing to yourself /
I
to
know
someone
my
else?
bro.
Go ahead.
I know my bro.
No, it was definitely 10 minutes. Yeah, no, he got it. He hit the
Yeah.
nail on the head. Yeah, that was the.
Yeah.
I was literally gonna be like, yeah, probably 10 minutes before I got on.
Yeah.
So, if that, honestly.
Aside from the I did it my way little thing, yeah, no, this guy can't help it. I don't really do this that much. So, yeah, I don't. I'm more of a it's stuck in my head sort of thing, but I'm not the I don't like to sing that much.
Mm.
What about you, Ruth?
Yeah.
Oh, I love singing. I sang today on the drive from the beach. There are some wild stories from the beach that I don't think are Twitch friendly, so I'll tell you after we get off.
Oh.
Is it that one song that we discovered? I hate myself.
That
Banger.
song slaps.
What's it
I
called?
love-
again?
Slapper.
What's the title of the song?
It's called because Damien was trying to play anything else, and he typed in anything else, and that came up by Miniature Tigers. Subtle plug.
I hate myself.
Bro.
Yeah, I'll type it in the chat.
He slid on that.
Bro.
Oh man.
We can do one more. Come on, he's still not here.
Yeah, I know. Damien just wants us to fall in
He
love,
wants it.
obviously.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
How many questions are there in set 1? That's the question.
12.
Oh, so
So
we're
we're-
not even. We are not
6
gonna get through set
is-
1.
If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want? So once you reach
Oh.
30, when you reach 30, you keep that mind or you keep that body for the rest of your life.
All right, Daniel
Wait.
Jones. This is a godlike question right now.
Wait, if you were able to
Daniel-
live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 6. What the? I'm too tired.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't.
No. I don't know what person's living to 150 either. But
No, they're saying when
Yo.
you're 30, from 31 to 90, that's 60 years, you will keep either the 30-year-old body or
Oh.
30-year-old mind.
oh. Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay, yeah.
The mind or body of a
Yeah.
30-year-old for the last.
So you
Hmm.
turn 30 and you can either keep your mind or your body for the last 60 years.
Yes.
Huh. All right, kind of a godlike question, Daniel Jones. I'll give you that. This is a hard one, bro. This is a hard
is.
one. Here's the thing. I don't know if I'm gonna I don't know if cognitive issues are in my future is the problem. I don't know what issues I'm gonna have.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully, it's not gonna be both. All right.
I don't
But
think I even want to live to 90.
if my mind is pretty good, all right, at 90, then of course I would want a body that's pretty good, right?
Mhm.
But if my body is going to be deteriorating at 90, and my mind
Let's assume the best.
or what?
Let's assume the best.
Assume the best, like
Yeah.
I guess which is more
So,
important
It's
to
like
you?
you're
you got-
90.
like you just the best shape of your life at 30.
no,
Yeah.
but no, but I'm saying like I don't know if I'm going to, God forbid, develop something like I don't know Alzheimer's by the time I'm 90, right? And I don't know if I'm gonna get like freaking a horrible like sort of like disease that's going to make life hell for me when I'm 90, or like
Mm.
organs are going to stop working by the time I'm 90, right? So
Mhm.
it's hard to answer this question for me because like I don't know what problems I'm going to run into. If I'm
Yeah.
only like I don't want body or mind problems. And if I'm assuming the worst of both, then that's one question.
Well,
But
I
if
guess.
my mind can last, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think the point of this question to me is like, which one terrifies you more? Not having your body working or not having your mind working, and then picking the one. Like, sure, I understand you can like be like, my mind can last forever, but I think which is more important to you? Like,
I bro, I don't know. I don't know this one. I don't know. I don't know how to pick this one. Like I don't know how to pick this one. To be honest,
no,
I don't
I'm having
know.
a hard time too. What about you, Vaughn? Do you know?
I guess I'm like,
If you have a feeling, go for it because it might help Edmund figure his out too.
I don't want a 30. I want to have the mind, assuming I don't incur any issues, like like assuming everything's a smooth sailing for those 90 years.
Mhm.
I don't want to have a 30-year-old mind when I'm 90.
I'm assuming it means like, do you want to keep your mind in your prime or not?
I mean,
Like, do you want to be as quick and sharp as you were back in the day when you're 90?
nah.
Not. I think if you want all the intelligence and or knowledge and life experience that comes with your 90 when you're 90 or not, but like, would you rather be like I'm pretty sure like this question is just like, are you okay if your mind goes when you're 90? If you're sort of like in a stage of what's it called
I get
where
it.
you where there's cognitive decline, basically. All right,
Yeah. I
you
mean,
know.
because I don't know if I want either one. Like I mean, I get it when you okay, you frame it like that.
Vaughn here wants to be Von Hohenheim.
I
You get
I
this
forget
reference.
Odin. Dang, wait, I
What?
forget Von
What?
Hohenheim.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember.
I'm sad now.
Damn, wait, uh, Hohenheim. I know that
I'm so sad.
on Hohen.
So sad.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, let me just look it up to make sure I. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Wow. Wow. Von Hohenheim. Oh my God. I can't believe I dissed him like that. Shoot. Okay.
Full Metal Alchemist bros, rise up.
Yes. Bro, what the hell? I guess I'll take. I guess I'll. Because I also don't want to have like a sharp mind and then like my body's like deteriorating.
Yeah, but do you want
Like,
to be like have like a mind in your prime, or sorry, a body in your prime, and then you're just like, I don't know if today's Tuesday or not, and it scares me.
Oh my God, Edmund.
I mean, if you're fully able-bodied, I guess you could just go on brand new adventures every
Yeah.
day. It's like,
Even though
oh,
you don't even really know where you are.
I guess
Let him have it
it's
if that's
not
his
the
thing.
Okay, man. I can't I can't choose. I'm just like,
No, Edmund.
yo, what?
But if you're so
interesting.
opposed to Vaughn's, doesn't that mean that you think it's the other one?
No, because if it's the other one and I'm just trapped in a body that won't do what I say, all right,
Which is more restrictive
then
to
that's
you?
a different sort of hell, right? Like it's just like
Torture, bro.
I can't
I feel like that's worse
raise
than
my arms.
yeah. Like if you're fully there and you can't like control your body, like no, that's one of my biggest fears. That's why I hate having sleep paralysis and shit.
Oh,
Like
damn.
me just being there, like present and aware, and I can't do anything about like that's one of my biggest fears in the world. I would never I'd never yeah like if it's choosing between one of those, I'm taking the mind just losing it because I'm not gonna sit there knowing everything that's going on and not able to speak, move, whatever. Like no, never.
I get it. Yeah, that's a bad one, but it's also really freaking bad, man. If
This is only question 6.
I
Wild.
don't know. I don't know how to choose this one. Ruth, do you have an answer?
So I've been thinking about it, and I was thinking like my grandfather, he lived to be like 88, and he was literally the smartest man I've ever known. And at 88, he could literally like recite so many poems and tell you all like any question about history, he would know it, right? And he had an insane memory like from his childhood. So I definitely like. But then on the whole other side of it, like my grandmother, so his wife, had like 3 strokes and like couldn't remember anything and was like nonverbal for uh pretty much like the last 2 years of her life. And it was such, oh my god, like seeing both was like crazy because my grandfather, again, his mind worked better than ever, right? Like he literally probably had a mind of a 30-year-old because it was that sharp and quick. But my
Yeah.
grandmother lost hers, and it was so like sad. um and Emily's terrified of like Alzheimer's and everything, and basically it's one of those things where it's like,
Oh my god.
it's okay, don't worry about it.
Okay.
But the other thing is like
Can you ban that guy?
What?
well, I mean, his name is the Panty Addict, so I mean, he admits
Yeah.
that he has a problem.
Oh Jesus!
It's okay. But basically, I think it's more of a thing where it's like, again, like, which is more important to you, right? So, like, Vaughn has this whole thing where it's like, does
I think you need to ban this guy, bro.
Get rid of.
Well, I don't know how to ban him.
All right. I mean, you lucky she don't. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you can just hover over his name and ban him, bro. Like, but I mean, sorry. Continue. I don't want to draw attention to this, but that's a.
Oh.
I'm not gonna even because I don't know if they'll see this on the VOD or not. Yeah.
No,
No one. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Nobody cares.
Don't
Let's not
worry
look
about
at
it.
that.
It's actually not the first time, but I just play it cool,
Okay.
But I
Alright,
think
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, but
No, it's okay. I think it's more of like, what is more important to you. So I could see like, because I don't know, like being like a hot like 90-year-old and being able to just do whatever you want, even if you're not fully there, I feel like it's kind of like a blissful ignorance that you get to live in,
Yeah.
because like you could go on hour-long walks, but again, it is kind of terrifying not knowing that you are there. But I guess theoretically, like if your mind was gone at that point, like you might not care, like my grandmother wasn't there fully for the last few years of her life, but she wasn't sad. You know what I mean? Like she was happy and she was doing things that she enjoyed and, was fine with it, even if she, I don't know, like wasn't herself, if that made sense. Um, so I don't know. But then at the same time, I guess it's kind of like betting on which one you want, right? Like, do you want to keep the mind or the body? I don't know. I actually don't know if I can answer this. I feel like it's too much.
yeah.
No, I feel you. It's hard. I don't even know, man. It is. Well, I do know. I know exactly which one I picked, but yeah, it's scary, man. But
I also think a lot of us are just afraid of getting old. It's because
yeah,
it's like that inevitable thing, and like Edmund's point in the beginning, like you don't know which one is gonna go for you, and likely it will be one, right? And you don't get to choose. So.
Or you'll be like Goken or something like that, and just be like that super buff old guy with all of the karate secrets up there, throwing Hadoukens and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be like
Yeah.
Master Roshi, and just get super buff, whatever you want to. Anyway, anyway, are we doing one more?
I just feel like this, like these questions, is like,
they're dark, right?
damn, yeah.
We're on phase 1, bro.
I know. Do you want to scroll down and see what the last question is? Or do you
Yeah, I do. Although, if people like this by popular demand, we might have to finish this one day.
Okay, we can do the next one.
But I want to see the last. No, we can. Let's look at the last one, the very last one, and if we want to do the rest of them,
Literally,
them.
the next one was like how you will die. This is kind of crazy. Can you imagine on the first date being like, let's do set 1, and then both of you are crying by the end of it?
Yeah. I think I'll probably have a terminal disease. But anyway.
Oh my god.
All right, those 36. I'm going to read the whole thing. Okay, ready?
Yes.
All right, 36. Last question in the thing about the 36 questions to lead to love. The last one you ask after learning everything is, Oh God. So share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. Also ask your partner to reflect back to you or to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you've chosen. So I guess that's more of a like after getting to know them for this whole conversation, like can they help you with something that is presently
Jesus goddamn Christ, the one above
This
it.
is
Wait,
it.
the one
Wait,
above
what?
it is also really intense. God.
yeah.
Jeez.
I mean we don't have to, I feel like this one is so personal we don't need to do that, especially on a stream.
Yeah, we're not doing that on stream right now, but
Yeah,
just to
what the
know.
heck?
You
These
know what, Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones, you know, I'll take the L. These are pretty good. All right, I'm man enough to admit it. All right, yeah, you asked some good questions. These questions could make people fall in love in the end. You know. All right, Daniel Jones. All right, not
or like
bad. Clickbaity ass title. You know, but not a
I
bad
mean, is
article.
it clickbaity if you just acknowledge that like it could serve the purpose he's advertised?
In a context, but he knows what we're gonna take it as. He
but you
knows.
my thing is, do you know how happy it was when we were talking about like our favorite day? Oh my god. Yeah, some of these are very intense. Are you okay? Do you need
What
therapy? Maybe that's
family member's death would you find most
yes.
disturbing? Jesus Christ, bro.
That's insane. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. Maybe.
That's multi-layered
Guys,
too. You have
guys,
to choose a
no,
family
see,
member.
see, like it's dark. It's
Mhm.
dark. It is. But like, if we like, if I'm, damn, I hate being single. Jesus. If I'm just imagining just being in a setting with like somebody you like, and you just like y'all both are just open it. That'd be nice. I want to do this now, but like you can't.
I
Uh,
think it would take a couple dates, but
I know, I know.
yeah.
I mean,
But
I think you could
anyway,
also
Fucking
that's
is
the
not
stream,
happening.
guys.
choosing to skip questions. I also think is fair.
Somebody loves me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the stream, guys. I hope you had fun. We'll be back on, I don't know, whenever Ruth gets us out of the carbonite, you know,
Exactly.
in the basement, whenever she unfreezes us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we will be back, for another day. Maybe we'll actually have a game to play then. Or maybe we'll do, if you guys like this, maybe we'll do something, maybe we'll actually do a tier list. Maybe we'll do something else. Maybe we'll talk about comics. I don't know. I like anime. You guys didn't know that about me. You never asked, do you? Anyway.
Perfect send off, Edwin. And
Everybody
Damien's
wants
out
to
here.
know where Edmund is. No one wants to know how Edmund is.
Yes, I get asked all the time.
except no one asks where I am on this on this stream.
Bro.
They all want to know where Ruth is.
Exactly.
But I'm kidding.
Damien's
I
been
lo-
here this whole time. Wow.
No. He just got here, and he's
No, he's
not.
been here for 30 minutes. Oh, he just okay.
No.
No. He just got here. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Next time, maybe one of you will ask what I like. I'm a nerd. Anyway, Vaughn's a nerd. Y'all don't know what
Yeah.
nerd stuff Vaughn likes.
Amen.
Anyway, y'all only know that Ruth likes Disney. Y'all
I mean,
have
that's-
any idea how much stuff she likes that's not Disney, that's nerd related?
Listen, I play a one-dimensional person.
No. That's the only thing about this nerd culture thing. I love all of the stuff y'all do and whatnot, but y'all got people deceived into thinking y'all one note. Nah, y'all nerds in a bunch of different ways. Y'all know a whole different lot about a whole lot of stuff. All right, so I'm just saying, like, nah, I feel like this is a good opportunity on Twitch, right? For them to see some of the other stuff.
Yeah,
All right,
that's why we
that
were
they don't see on the
doing
channel.
discussion.
See what other nerd stuff does Ruth like besides Dark Side Detective and Disney stuff, right? I feel like we learned a lot about you, and maybe next time it won't turn into a philosophical discussion, but
No,
it'd
it
be nice
definitely
if they
will.
knew other stuff about you, like
Well, I can know some stuff about me.
nerd stuff, like name a nerd thing that you like that nobody knows on stream,
We
or with nerd culture.
with what? Just a nerdy thing?
What's a nerdy thing you like?
There's this thing called Being Puppy Cat that I'm obsessed with. It's this like animated
Yeah, I
thing.
know exactly what it is, bro.
No,
It's
no, no.
that show with it's the show being Puppy Cat. It's on Verve and stuff like that now. It was a YouTube show, and I think it was done with like some people that worked on Adventure Time or something like that. Like,
What is?
yeah, it's a whole animated show. I know exactly what that is. See, Ruth likes being Puppy Cat. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all never asked.
Fun fact.
Bond, what do
Also-
you like besides music here that they don't know about you?
Young adult novels.
He likes young adult novels. All
That's
right?
fun. Go
Bring
on.
him all of your Maze Run. Let him do the Maze Runner review that he's been pitching for weeks. All right?
Yeah, Vaughn, you can do the
Discuss
maze.
Fault in Our Stars with me. Actually, don't.
Like, dang. Did you know that Ruth is going to read Watchmen eventually?
Eventually.
You
What?
started-
She started it.
Yeah, saw myself rated. Yeah.
Y'all should have her on your
Yo, we
comic
have to-
segment
we
for
have
that.
to talk about that, Ruth. We have to talk about that.
Okay.
She started it. She just never finished it. She still got my copy.
I do. It's up there. It has post notes in it.
You gotta read it because there's a Rorschach run that I really like.
Man.
Okay,
There's a
okay.
Rorschach run that I really, really like that I can't talk to you about because you haven't seen it yet. Or you haven't
Sorry.
seen Watchmen yet. You like it. Just
I
read
do.
it one day. Read
Okay.
it one
All right.
day. Anyway.
Anyway, thank you everyone who watched, and we're gonna go watch Luca. So have a good night.
I'm going to sleep. Y'all have a good night.
What? Vaughn, get back here.